Okay, quickly before we start looking at the different ways that we can move an object, I just want to show you some different views which involve those number keys that we looked at. Down here in the bottom left of the 3D viewport, which is this here, we've got the view button, and we can see that we can look at things from a number of different views: left, right, back, front, bottom, top, and camera. Now you can see really we've got top, which is 7, bottom, which is control 7, front, which is 1 or number pad 1, back, which is control 1, right, which is 3, and left, which is control 3 or number pad 3. So if you're using a long keyboard with a number pad, it's over on the number pad. If not, you're using the numbers across the top of your keyboard. So if I press 1, it's going to take me to the front. Control 1, it's going to take me to the back. 3 to the side. Control 3 to the other side. 7 to the top. Control 7 to the bottom. And if I hold my right mouse button down, I can go back into this mode. Now, the normal mode that we look at things in is perspective mode. So if I look down the middle, we can see that all the lines are converging in perspectively. But if we go and press number pad 5 or 5 on our keyboard, we go into orthographic view, which gives us straight lines. Now there's times when orthographic view is useful and there are times when it isn't. Generally when I'm in a 3D view, I like to be in perspective view, and when I'm in a side view or a front view, I like to be in orthographic view. And that's why in user preferences I clicked auto perspective, because what that does is as soon as you go into front, side, top, bottom, left, right view, it automatically puts you into orthographic view rather than perspective view, which makes a lot more sense. Okay, so how about then moving this object? We can see here we've got these arrows sticking out, okay, and that's because we've got this 3D manipulator enabled. Now we can turn that off and not have it enabled, and basically we've got 3 options to the side. So the first one is to have arrows, and that allows us simply to left click and we can move it along the y-axis, left and right. We can click on the red arrow and move it along the x-axis, back and forth. Or we can click on the z-axis and move it up and down. Okay. If we click on the next one, transformation, we get this circle. And we can rotate it round the z-axis. We can rotate it round the x-axis. We can rotate it round the y-axis. The final one is scale. We can scale along the y-axis. We can scale along the x-axis, and we can scale along the z-axis. Now, you may be thinking, well, that seems to be scaling along all the axes, and that's because our rotation isn't set. So I'm going to press X to delete that object and quickly show you how to add a new object. You can either go to Add, Mesh, and up to the top and add a new cube, or you can simply press Shift and A and it'll bring up the submenu and you can add a new cube. So we'll see scale better this time. That's scaling across the y-axis. That's scaling across the x-axis, and that's simply scaling across the z-axis. And of course, we could scale across all three and make a much bigger cube. Okay, so again, I'd like you to have a play with those. Have a play with all three. See what they do. Try scaling, try rotating, and try moving. And I'll see you in the next video.